Today we're going to talk about how blockchain and all of that high-tech stuff can impact e-commerce. So, as it was already mentioned, Storiqa is a store with quality assurance, and we got that idea 5 years ago. And we were thinking of why all of those top companies like Amazon and eBay, they do not have quality assurance of the products. And I'd love to briefly tell you about my background. So, I'm co-founder of Storiqa, so there are three of us as the founders. In our team right now, we have 35 people who work presently in the office. We have offices based in Hong Kong, in Moscow in Russia, and in California in San Francisco. So, three of us and two of my friends, they were previously working with kind of like Kickstarter platform. So they found the same like copy paste of Kickstarter called Boomstarter, and they successfully been doing that crowdfunding platform for more than 5 years. And as a result, more than 2,000 businesses succeeded. But later, they started to come up to them saying like, hey guys, like we're pretty good in the local market, but the only problem we do have right now, we want to continue our growth. But we cannot do that because we do not know how to sell internationally. We do not know how to organize different things, how to make all that legal things, how to do payments and all of that. And on the other side, it was me. It was not part of Boomstarter. I used to have my own business. I'm like based in California called Stock Desk. So I produce tables with very cool things, like you can put your phone on the table, it's gonna be charged wirelessly. You can put your mug on the table, it's gonna heat up, so coffee is always warm, and you have Bluetooth speakers built in. And the thing is that I used to work with Amazon and eBay, beside the fact that I was doing stuff myself online. And Amazon is such a great company. They really the best, and I'm an official fan of Mr. Bezos. But the thing is that a couple times I got calls from pissed customers, and I was like, okay, what is going on? Like I dropped off my package at the Amazon fulfillment center, so like it's not the problem anymore. But the thing is that the customer got, as the customer used to told me, he got table without those inside speakers, without those wireless system in the table, without those mug heater and all of that. And I was like, okay, so like it's I cannot prove that Amazon did something, or like some employees of Amazon decided to take out some stuff from the table, because it's easier to take the whole table, not the part of that. And like I cannot prove that the customer, the buyer, he did something to the table and then just like starting like, hey, I don't want your table, take it back. So the thing is that I was like, okay, so there is a big problem. There is not quality assurance of the products which is going to be shipped to the customer. And that was a very, very big problem. So this is how me and my friends, we came up to this idea. And 2 years ago, we started to think of organizing Storiqa, store with quality assurance. And last year we decided to collect money through the ICO, initial coin offering. It's like IPO, but another stuff, like more closely to more tech. And we raised $25 million to run this business, to organize it. So this is very briefly about Storiqa and how we came up to this idea. So for right now, I'd love to tell you about blockchain and all of the things, how it's really gonna impact marketplaces and e-commerce in the future. So people used to have a lot of problems running their business online, or sometimes if you're a buyer, you're still thinking like, well, okay, I do not really know like if I'm leaving my data about my card and like all the PIN code every time, like even me, like sometimes I'm buying tickets online and I'm just like, well, will I get my tickets actually? Because like sometimes like it can be, okay, sorry, error, yeah, we charged you money, but something came up, wrong and we do not know what to do anymore. So there are a lot of problems, especially trust between buyer and seller. But back to offline, I would love to tell you there are a lot of products which are not digitized at all. So, and we do know that there are more than 200 million products which are not digitized in the world. And there are people who do run their business offline and they do not even know how to do it online. And once they're trying to figure out how much it's gonna cost, it's turning up about like almost 500,000 numbers. So here you can see the volume of market of different countries, how the potential growth of e-commerce will be, and how it is going right now. Like actually, I can like if someone need those slides, I can share it later. Just drop your email, please. So back to the seller who wants to start his business online and sell globally. This is the operational expenses you need to spend on running your store with 15 languages, with 24/7 customer support, with good marketing campaign. Because like I actually faced up with the thing that a lot of sellers, they do not know what is CPC, CPA, and all of that. And I'm just like, well, guys, how are you gonna manage a marketing campaign if you do not know what is that? So this is the real struggle of sellers if you want to go globally online. But there are great companies who offer you different kind of possibilities and services like eBay, Amazon, AliExpress, or Alibaba, Shopify, Rakuten, and others. But the thing is that sometimes they do not provide you with the full services you really need. And this is why they like actually you can see a lot of Amazon business on this conference, but they started only 1 year ago, and I hope that they will work out very well. But usually, if you work with Amazon, the price is not very cheap. Me as a seller, I used to sell my desks, and I used to pay 15 to 18% of the price of my desk I'm selling. And the price of the desk I used to sell was about like $3,500. So am I ready to give almost 20% to Amazon? Well, of course, I'm very thankful for them helping me to sell my products, but it's kind of a lot. So, like if you go to Alibaba, they are much cheaper, but their policy with refunds, their policies with money making, sometimes like if you're just starting to sell your products through Alibaba, you need to wait almost 60 days to get your money, like to get your first money. And this is a big struggle. And imagine if you invested all the money in starting selling things with Alibaba, and what are you gonna eat actually? Like, of course, like you're smart enough not to give all the money, but still, like you expecting to to get the money once you sold the product. So yeah, and you can see Storiqa, the cheapest. I'm gonna tell you why it's the cheapest actually. So this is the struggle number one. The second struggle is customers. They, as I mentioned already, they really won't worry about the fact that someone will steal their money, they will get the product they will not like. And being very honest, when you're buying something online, you're not buying the product, you're buying the expectations that the product will perfectly match with your kitchen, for example. My mom, she's a big fan of Alibaba, and she's like, half of the time she's very happy because the price of the product is very cheap, the quality is decent, and she's like, well, this is the price and the quality is absolutely fine. But sometimes she's like not crying, but almost like, well, I'm so sad that this is not what I really wanted to have because it's not matching my kitchen or something. And this is a very big problem because you expect something like this to show up like in your package, and then you get in something like this, and you're like, holy heck, like this is like, I don't want it because I expected to, like, I'm buying the expectation that I will be looking like as perfect as Mr. Parker. I forgot his first name, sorry. So this is the reality, and this is a big problem that we do not have quality assurance of the products. There is no one who could check, open the box, and see like, okay, man, like it's so easy. Like you can just easily like organize a Skype call of like FaceTime, saying like, hey, this is gonna look like this. Do you really want it? So this is the real size. This is like how it goes. Like so, you see, like the neck will be open. It will not be closed, and whatever. So this is the problems customer used to face, and this is a big thing that if someone will try to resolve those issues, I think that for the next 5-10 years, they will definitely be the best in that. But there are another struggles. If you are not satisfied with the product, you have to go to your email the seller, and if you are the seller, then you need to organize your call center. You need to constantly check your emails. Imagine like some guy living in Prague and producing cutting boards, and there is another guy who lives in Japan, and he's like, okay, I found your website, like I translated everything through Google Chrome, and like it's automatically translated, and I'm ready to buy a product. But how are you gonna transfer all of those money to you? Like, because people in, for example, in China, they use WeChat, and they used to pay with WeChat. People in the US used to transfer money with Venmo because it's very easy, so fast. And people in, for example, in Russia, they used another system. And how you gonna, like, first of all, you do not know how to talk to Japanese guys because, like, it's very good that he can speak English, and it's very good that you can speak English. But sometimes people do not speak English at all. And I have Ukrainian background, and people are not really speaking well English in Ukraine, and this is a big challenge. Imagine like some Ukrainian guy is trying to sell something to Japanese guy who is speaking with very thick accent in English. So there are a lot of problems in e-commerce nowadays. Even though Amazon and eBay trying to resolve it, and we are very thankful because actually Amazon was our inspiration to start doing that. So. What is blockchain and how it's gonna help to create all of that? 2 days ago, I arrived to Birmingham, and I stayed in the Airbnb, and it was saying luxury apartment. And being very honest, the water is not even coming from this thing. I was like, so I stayed in the IBIS, so I moved out. And it was saying that the reference was the best, like, hey guys, like you go stay there. And I'm not trying to say something bad about Amazon, but it was a conference in Santa Clara in California, January 16th. And 2,000 people in the room. I'm talking about Storiqa. At that time, we were collecting money. So finally, like for right now, we already raised $25 million. We're good. But at that time, I was pitching and telling them about like, hey, like this is the thing. And the guys just taking the mic and saying like, hey, I'm a student at the University of California. I used to work with Amazon, and I got paid $700 a week for writing reviews on products I never touched, I never saw. And this is a very, very big problem for right now. And unfortunately, Amazon cannot control it because I'm as a seller of my goods on Amazon, I can ask anyone who has an account on Amazon to go and to write reviews that, hey, this is such a good product. And if you have blockchain, you can really escape and avoid all of that problems because all of those reviews will not be fake. Unfortunately, mostly they're fake for right now. But once we have blockchain implemented in Amazon, eBay, and other things, we're very good to go. But the only one problem, we cannot implement blockchain in the system and in the company which was organized 15, 10, 1 year ago. So the thing is that you need to, like before you start selling your goods, you need to implement blockchain in the very beginning. So not company and then blockchain. First blockchain and smart contract, in which like so you need to create this diary in which people will write down their goods, like the amount of goods they bought, the price, and then only you build the company. So this is a very big problem. A good friend of mine, she's working with Amazon, and I was like, hey guys, like you need to implement blockchain. Please do that. I was talking to her about that for 7 months. I was talking to her about that, and she was like, well, yeah, like it's not a big thing actually for us, because like people still buy, and people, like, not that big amount of people are not happy with the products they're getting, but still, once you have all the information about, okay, this is the guy, he's selling cutting boards, and some reviews saying like, hey, I got the best cutting boards, and you can see the real transaction which was made between this guy who's saying that and that guy who sold it, and you can actually track the price, you can actually track all the information, all the data about this seller. And it cannot be fake, because sometimes on booking.com you can go to the hotel and it was saying like 5 stars, you come in up there and it's like, I hope it's 3. And the problem is that you can pay to the companies for them to promote you, and here you cannot do that, because once it's implemented in the blockchain, the customer can say, such a BS product, I will not recommend you, please get my money back. And later the seller, of course the seller can inform the company that, hey, I improved my product, or like we for example running through the quality assurance, and we will talk to a customer why he's not happy, because the main problem right now, people are not managing, and the companies are not managing the expectations of the client. Once the customer wants to get a refund, that's a big problem already. So this is number 1 about blockchain. So no fake reviews anymore. Second, transparent affiliate marketing. There are a lot of people who has traffic. They're very popular, they're opinion makers, they're opinion leaders on YouTube. They have couple thousand views on of their, I don't know, like of their blogs and everything. And the thing is that, for example, I'm buying something from the guy who lives in Czech Republic, and my friend, he lives in Japan, and I'm just like, hey, here's a really good guy. Go online and buy his product. And I'm just giving him the link. And the thing is that I'm getting some fees from the fact that I recommended him to go and get this product. And the second thing is that there are a lot of those traffic owners. And the thing is that they can monetize their reviews. Once, like the only thing you need to do is to get the product and just show them to people online, and like through the camera, and saying like, okay, so this looks very good, like I would love to try that. So this is another side of e-commerce, in my personal opinion. So we can also use transparent affiliate marketing and traffic owners. So as you can already see, what is Storiqa, and why we are better than all other companies. Of course, we have blockchain implemented. This is one thing. So no fake reviews, plus to that we do have some job for bloggers. This is number 1. Second, it's a big hype about cryptocurrency right now. And on our platform, you can buy all the goods with fiat money, traditional money we used to have, like through Visa, MasterCard, whatever, through a bank, and also through cryptocurrencies. So if you also have Bitcoins or Ethereum or Litecoins or something else, you can also buy the goods. And it's very interesting, because being like, if anyone has basic knowledge of crypto or finance or economics, they do understand that crypto is just a bubble. It's based on demand, because it has no real economy under that. And here is Storiqa actually building the real economy under that, because once you can pay for the goods which were produced by people with this, and you can transfer it like this crypto to real money, or just like stay with crypto, that means that we're building the infrastructure for the new economy. Plus to that, we do have our services as international marketing, analytical tools, all of those 24/7 customer support, and basically on the one side, yeah, all of these services, they're very familiar, pretty the same as other companies who are marketplaces. But on the other side, not everyone has product localization. For example, Amazon, they do not exist everywhere. They do not exist in Africa, as I do remember. They do not exist in some Asian countries. They do not exist in Eastern Europe. So, for example, if you want to sell something from, I don't know, from Russia or from Ukraine or from Paraguay or whatever, from Brazil, you will not have Amazon there. You will not have eBay there. You will not have Alibaba there. And the thing is that in our system, we go in to build quality assurance centers in every country, in almost every city. And the thing is that you do not need to spend any money on that. You just do that through franchising system. The only thing you need to do is to find a person who wants to make money, just potential businessman, train them, send your trainee team to the place where they will teach this person how to set up your quality assurance center and how they will have to work with sellers and buyers. And according to that, they will just get money from the goods flow, which are going through their city, through their country, and that's it. So back to our sellers. So in the end of March, Storiqa is launching their platform. And according to this platform, it will be very easy to sell any product globally in just 1 hour. So we have algorithm and all this system which allows you in 1 hour to create your store. And according to our marketing instruments, we promote your products in all countries, but also you can target the countries you want to. So any person who has offline store or any person who has online store and like fed up with other marketplaces or doesn't really feeling good with their own online store, they can easily join us. And the thing is that we also have 60 days of free trial for our platform for every seller who wants to see how things go in with Storiqa. So in 1 hour you get access to the global market. So there are 3 ways of payments, as I already mentioned. The first thing is you can just sell through traditional money with Visa, MasterCard, and all of that. The second way, you can buy our goods with all the crypto you may know. And the third thing, you can use our token. Our token called STQ, Storiqa. We actually already listed on the HitBTC exchange. This is cryptocurrency exchange. And you can easily buy our token there. The price of our token is $0.003 dollars. So it's less than 1 cent for right now. It's pretty okay because we started it only 6 or 7 days ago. So in for cryptocurrencies, it's pretty normal if they for the first 6 months the price is less than 1 cent or 10 cents. So the token holders or the person who has the money, they just transferring and working inside the system with our token, and you can transfer our token to any fiat or any other cryptocurrencies. So you can get your money either from the bank you work with, either you can just get your tokens on the account you have on our platform, which you can easily transfer to your Ethereum wallet or your Bitcoin wallet, and then have Bitcoins if you're a big fan of crypto. So for right now, we have this amount of STQs. It's 10.5 billion STQs. So, and very interesting thing. So we have, through our ICO, we had 55,000 investors. And we figure out that half of them are vendors who are actually running their stores online, and they're waiting to be listed on our platform. And that is very interesting. That is very supportive for us because we figure out that it's not only crypto enthusiast who decided just like to make money on crypto, something like that. So it's very interesting to see and to have this support. So back to the token. So you can use our token to put your product on our platform, just to promote your product, also for referral programs and transactions between users. So if you selling something to another user, you can just transfer with tokens, and that's it through the platform. So we gonna have 3 packages. We already have 3 packages. So standard, e-commerce, and fulfillment. So if you wanna your product go through the quality assurance, then you need to pay 3 STQs per product. If you do wanna have just like decent marketing support, then you have a commerce package, which costs you 2 STQs, and just like the simple one, it's gonna be 1 STQ. Yes, actually, as I mentioned, we are listed on HitBTC. The price is 0.003. And thank you for your attention. Maybe you guys have any questions, because I would love to hear your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrian, for that fascinating talk. Have we got any questions? If you could stick your hands up in the air. Have we got anything?
You still have some time, actually.
We've got a few minutes. Well, I was going to ask you, who are your target customers? Who are your sort of sellers on your marketplace that it's best suited for?
How we target our sellers?
Who are your target audience?
So we actually mostly focused on the US. And 60% of all the investors we got are from the US, and half of them are vendors. And it's very interesting, because we are not focused only on the US. As I mentioned, our headquarters based in Hong Kong, so we actually focused on Asian market too. We have our development office, because developers are much cheaper in Russia, and the quality are really good and very competitive, so that's why we have our development office there. And it's not a problem for us to have quality assurance also in Russia, in Moscow. We not only focused on the US or Russia or Asia, we focus on the global things. And yes, we're starting with small scale businesses, but it's not a problem for those businesses who are already very, very well established to join us and to sell their products. Actually, yesterday we were talking to everything £5 or something, the company like that. They were speaking yesterday here in the one of theaters, and they already like, hey guys, maybe we should like work with you, because like, yeah, we have a big volume of goods, and we would love to work with you. And just like, well, of course, sure. And being very honest, this is my first experience speaking on the e-commerce expo. So usually we used to go to blockchain and crypto and all of that, because we had to go through our ICO. So if you guys have any other questions, would be happy to respond. But if you do not have right now, we have our booth over there. Okay, I see. We have our booth over there. So if we run out of time, feel free to come up to me, either to our PR coordinator, Anastasia. We're going to be in our booth C3033. Yes. Yeah, you have a question.
So,
yes. Okay, so the question is, you mentioned that you guys have your currency and blockchain. What kind of blockchain? So everyone to hear. So we based on Ethereum. We have ERC20. But the thing is that yes, we actually started to worry 2 months ago about what happened with Ethereum. It was like some kind of like CryptoKitties issue and all of that. And so the thing is that like there were a lot of transactions going, like, and it was like small amount of transactions, and that's why blockchain started like to be very, very slow. So this is the reason why we went to Asia, and we found another partner called A-Chain, and we're working with them right now. So it's very easy to just like to change the channel of the blockchain. So you can transfer from ERC20 to A-Chain, and the thing is that we already started to like work on developing our own blockchain. So this is the thing.